Hola estudiantes. Today we're going to learn about what is imperative. Please make sure you're filling your note guide and that you know it before you take the flip minute quiz. The imperative is used to give commands, to give someone an order. The affirmative imperative is an order to do something. The negative imperative is an order not to do something. There are two types of commands depending who is told to do something or not to do something. A you command, when an order is given to one or more persons, the dictionary form of the verb is used. For example, answer the phone, clean your room, speak softly. Or the negative, don't answer your phone, don't clean your room, don't speak softly. Also in English, we have we commands. When an order is given to oneself as well as the others, they use the phrase let's, a contraction between let, us, plus the dictionary form of the verb is used. Let's leave, let's go to the movies, let's not leave, let's not go to the movies. In English and Spanish, the absence of the pronoun in the sentence is a good indication that you are dealing with an imperative and not a present tense. You answer the phone, that's present, versus answer the phone, imperative. As in English, there are affirmative and negative commands. In Spanish, you commands. There are many forms of the you command to distinguish familiar or informal and formal, as well as affirmative and negative. To command, when an order is given to a person to whom you address with to. The regular to command has the same form as the third person singular of the present indicative tense, and there are some irregular forms, some verbs that shorten, and those are ven, be, sa, has, deb, de, ponce. The negative to command has the same form as the second person singular of the present subjunctive. What is imperative? Two common examples. Habla, come, comparte, in the irregular form ven from venir. And in those, you use habla, come, comparte, you use the third person singular of the present indicative. And in the negative, you use the second person singular of present subjunctive. No hables, no comas, no compartas, no vengas. Affirmative to commands that shorten again. They only shorten in the affirmative. In the negative, they still use the second person of the present subjunctive. Ven, di, sal, haz, ten, ve, ponce. And I have a little way to remember it. I use, and I always remember of Vin Diesel and his 10 weapons. And I say Vin Diesel has 10 weapons with a fake accent. And that's how I remember. Let me explain. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. See? And then I remember ven, decir, salir, haz, ten, ve, ponce. So please do your two command practice. Stop the video and do them before we continue. Um, what is imperative? And then we have the usted command. So you use usted when an order is given to a person to whom you use usted. In both affirmative and negative, usted command have the same form as the third person singular of the present subjunctive. Hable, coma, comparta y venga. No hable, no coma, no comparta, no venga. Please practice usted commands. Stop the video and finish it before continuing. Ustedes command. When an order is given to two or more people, to whom you address to or usted individually. So it's used for both. Both the affirmative and the negative ustedes may have the same form as the third person plural of the present subjunctive. Hablen, coman, compartan, vengan. No hablen, no coman, no compartan, no vengan. Now here is a little practice. Please stop the video before continuing in practice. In we commands, nosotros commands, when an order is given to oneself as well as the others, the affirmative and the negative nosotros commands have the same form of the first person plural of the present subjunctive. Please notice that in English the phrase let's does not translate into Spanish. The command ending is the equivalent of let's. Hablemos, comamos, compartamos, salgamos. No hablemos, no comamos, no compartamos, no salgamos. Please practice some nosotros commands here before continuing. This is a summary of the command form in Spanish. To, use the present indicative third person singular, and in the negative, the present subjunctive second person singular. Usted, in affirmative and negative, both use the third person singular of the subjunctive. And ustedes, affirmative and negative, both use the third person plural of the present subjunctive. Nosotros, we, use the first person plural of present subjunctive in affirmative and negative. Study for your flipping quiz. Make sure you answer the exercises first. Before checking your answer, please remember that being part of a 21st century student is also to self-reflect, analyze, and learn from your mistakes. So stop the video if you haven't finished your exercises, then make sure you have the answers correctly. Here they are.